There's something peculiar about the human condition. We're born into a world we didn't choose, thrust into complexity, into suffering, into responsibility. And what do we do with that? Do we run from it? Do we deny it? Or do we face it head on? You see, responsibility isn't a burden. It's a pathway. It's the narrow road through chaos that gives your life structure, meaning, and ultimately, transcendence. If you want to find purpose, if you want to become something worth remembering, you must pick up the heaviest load you can carry and walk uphill with it. That's not metaphor. That's life. You will suffer. You will encounter betrayal. You will meet despair in the shadows of your mind. But that's not where the story ends. That's where the story begins. The world today is chaotic, fractured, disoriented, and young men and women are drowning in confusion. No direction, no standards, no aim, and yet, here you are, listening, seeking, searching. That means something. That means there's a spark in you that refuses to die. Let me ask you this. What if everything you've been through, the pain, the anxiety, the regret, was preparing you for this very moment? What if the chaos was the test? What if the weight was the proof? Because here's the truth. Meaning doesn't come from ease. It comes from sacrifice. You want to change your life? Start with your room. Clean it. Bring order to a corner of the universe. That's not trivial. That's symbolic. You're saying to chaos, I see you, but I'm not afraid. You see, we live in a culture that celebrates rights, but whispers about duty. But duty is what forges character. It's what builds men. It's what redeems suffering. If you aim at nothing, you hit nothing. But if you aim at the highest possible good, and you strive toward it every day, even in your stumbling, you move forward. Even in your failures, you grow. And that's the sacred dance. Now let's talk legacy. Someday, you'll die. So will I. So will everyone you know. That's not morbid. That's honest. That's reality. And the question becomes, what will you leave behind? A life of convenience, of shortcuts, or a life of discipline, service, and courage? If you live properly, if you confront the dragons, if you tell the truth and carry your cross, you will inspire others to do the same. And that's how a single individual can change the world. Not with grand gestures, but with daily commitment, with radical responsibility, with quiet strength. There are young people out there right now watching you. They need your example, not your comfort, not your excuses, your example. So pick up your burden, straighten your back, and walk into the unknown, because within that unknown is everything you're looking for. Freedom, strength, meaning, and in the end, perhaps salvation. Let's make something very clear. You don't get stronger by accident. You become strong by doing the hard things over and over until you are the hard thing. Because the world will test you. It will hand you loss. It will hand you betrayal. It will hand you disappointment so bitter, you'll question your worth. And in those moments, you will want to shrink. But I challenge you to do the opposite. Expand. Speak truth when it trembles in your throat. Take action when your knees shake. And hold the line when everything in you screams, run. Why? Because the person who holds their values in the storm becomes a lighthouse. Others will look to you, and they'll follow, not because you demanded it, but because you earned it. That's what legacy is. It's not buildings or wealth or plaques on the wall. It's character imprinted into the lives of others. You want to be remembered? Then remember who you are. The world doesn't need more influencers. It needs more leaders, the kind of leaders who would rather be hated for truth than loved for deception, the kind who choose service over spotlight, the kind who die to themselves daily so that something greater may live. That's the standard. Not perfection, but principle. Not comfort, but calling. Not applause, but alignment. Now look around. Everything you see was built by someone who refused to give up. Skyscrapers, bridges, families, nations, all forged by men and women who chose duty over ease. You are no different. The potential in you is waiting to be claimed. But it won't come knocking. You have to fight for it. You have to sacrifice for it. And when you do, when you finally decide to live a life worthy of your breath, then everything changes. Doors open, not magically, not easily, but undeniably. Because when the soul aligns with truth, the world moves. It shifts around you. It bows to integrity. It respects the relentless, and it rewards the faithful. So I leave you with this. One day, someone will speak your name for the last time, and when they do, what story will follow? Will they remember a life that drifted, or one that anchored others? A voice that echoed culture, or a voice that challenged it? A person who took, or a person who gave? You have the power to decide. Right now, this very breath can be the start of a new chapter, one where you rise, one where you lead, one where you walk the narrow path with unwavering purpose. And if you do, you will suffer. You will be misunderstood. You will bleed. But you will also rise. You will lead generations. And when your bones return to dust, your legacy will whisper through the ages. He lived with truth. He carried the burden. He stood tall, even when it hurt. Because that is what it means to be fully human. To carry chaos on your back and still choose order. To know the suffering and still choose love. To feel the fear and still walk forward. So walk on, warrior. The path is narrow. The weight is heavy. But the reward is eternal. This was never just about motivation. It was always about awakening.